What's up guys, Silver here with another Halo Infinite achievement guide. This time we're doing Bring Shiela Home Safely, which is get the Scorpion all the way to the house without blowing it up. So the house they're referring to is the House of Reckoning, which is the 14th out of 15 missions. And in the mission previous to that, the road, you actually drive all the way down this long winding path to get to the House of Reckoning. So what they mean by this is you need to drive the Scorpion all the way from the beginning of the mission, the beginning of the road, all the way to the end and get inside the house without it blowing up. So I'm in the beginning of the mission here. There's a group of enemies to begin with, and there's a group of Marines that are being held hostage next to this Warthog here. And in this area, there's a bunch of vehicles, including the Scorpion tank, which is what we need to actually drive to the end of the mission. But before we do that, we're going to clear out this area, and we are going to hop in a Wraith, actually. Instead of taking the Scorpion tank and risking that blowing up, we are going to hop into the Wraith. So the tank over here, we need to keep this guy intact at all costs. So we're not even going to use it as, you know, a tank is intended to be used for. We're going to use the Wraith over here on the other side of the road. Just hop in here, and we're going to forge ahead, blaze a trail for the Scorpion to nice and easily just saunter down with no risk of blowing up. So we're just going to start clearing out all these enemies. There's a bunch of enemies on foot. There's a bunch in turrets. There's a bunch in vehicles. There's a lot of enemies overall in this long winding segment here. So just take your time. No need to rush or anything. You have unlimited ammo in this thing, so you could really sit back and take pot shots at these guys from far away. There's no time limit or anything, so don't worry about that. But you really do want to make sure you're staying back and not taking a ton of damage, because we want to preserve the health of our Wraith as well. We don't need the Wraith to survive, but the longer it survives, the more damage we could do, the more enemies we could clear out and keep our Scorpion safe, which is what we actually want to keep safe. So there are some replacement Wraiths down the path here, which I'll point out. But we don't want to, you know, just waste our 3 Wraiths and then have to resort to other means. If you do lose all the Wraiths, there are some choppers, there are some ghosts in the area to aid in your clearing out of this area. There's a couple rocket hogs up towards the top of the road, and those 2 Marines are still being held hostage, so you could free those guys and they could man the turret on the back of your rocket hog, along with somebody hopping in your passenger side as well. That's why I didn't free them initially, so they kind of just are forced to stay up there. If I freed them, they would follow me down here and probably just die and not really do much. So I just kept them up there as a last resort in case I want to have my rocket hog staffed fully. But you can see towards the right over here, there is a building, and that building is going to have the Wraith. There's actually a live Wraith here who's trying to shoot at me. So I'm going to move over here. You can see I was kind of getting myself surrounded there. I was splitting myself between the Wraith and then the enemies in that building where the unmanned Wraith is. So I didn't want to kind of get in the middle of that. I wanted to make all the enemies on one side of me so I'm not taking fire from multiple angles. So we could see the unmanned Wraith in that building over there now. Just try to not damage it too much. There's a bunch of enemies in the area. So I think I end up damaging it a little bit when I'm trying to kill this grunt in the corner. But that's okay. It's still in pretty good shape. So we're just going to go down towards the bottom of the map now. Continue on. There's more places to go along this road. And there's going to be some enemies to the left as we round the corner here. And once you get up here, there's going to be some enemies that actually come down from the right. There's a bunch of rocks that they kind of spawn on top of, and then they kind of walk down towards your Wraith. So they're going to kind of flank you here. So I just back up once I see that happening, and I'll take those guys out so I'm not surrounded. Again, we do not want ourselves surrounded. That is never a good thing. So we'll take these guys out, and then I'll speed this part up a little bit. We are going to go up ahead. There's going to be another section, and there's going to be another Wraith sitting on the left side of the map, the left side of the road. And you can see it on the left side of the road there, so try not to damage that. We want to preserve that in case our first 2 Wraiths go down. But you can see we're just taking out enemies here, so I'm going to skip ahead. Pretty much just keep your distance like we've been doing and take these guys out one by one. Now that we've cleared out this area, we can move up, and you can see the Wraith is still looking pretty good. We didn't damage it too much at all. And you can see there is a barrier in our way, so we have to hop out. We're going to go over the barrier, and we're going to activate the controls in this building on the right side. There is a set of controls you could activate to lower the gate so we could keep moving forward. So activate these. I just run past all the enemies. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but this is on easy. You could do this on any difficulty. So you could just, you know, slap it on easy, and that makes it a lot more manageable. So hop back in your Wraith and continue forward. We're basically going to do the same thing we've been doing, which is just kind of keeping our distance. So I'm going to skip ahead yet again because this is pretty repetitive at this point. You get the idea. Just take all of these guys out slowly and surely. No rush here. If your Wraith blows up, just go back and grab one of the 2 spares. If that second one blows up, go back and grab that final spare. And if you can't clear out this whole road with all 3 Wraiths, you probably have at least most of them cleared out, and you could clean it up with the tank, the Scorpion tank, or you could just, you know, clear them out on foot or something and then go get the tank. Once you get down to this second gate, you don't have to worry about finding the controls for it or anything to open it up. It opens automatically once you get close enough to it so you can see it opening there. We're going to turn around and just sprint back up the road because we cleared out all the enemies. We're just going to retrieve that scorpion tank now, so I will skip ahead because it's a little bit of a walk. On my way, I found a chopper, so I grabbed that just to speed things up, to speed my commute back up to the top here. You can see the Marines are still being held hostage. I decided to free them just because I'm a nice guy. We don't really need them for anything. I'm going to hop in the tank, and we will start heading our way down the road to that second gate that opened up where we left our Wraith. And now we're back down here where we left off. The gate is open. There's no more enemies. There's one more thing we need to do, though, which is go activate the controls to the bridge here, because we actually need to drive the Scorpion tank across the bridge. We don't get the achievement by simply driving it to this point. We need to get it all the way into the house. They were serious about getting it into the house, or all the way to the house, the text of the achievement description says. So grapple up here, activate the controls, the bridge will extend, go back down to your Scorpion tank, hop in, and with the bridge now in place, we will cruise across like a boss and get that achievement. So it'll pop right up here, and when it does pop, you will see that it is misspelled. Shiela is spelled S-H-E-I, not I-E, and if you're not in the know, this is a reference to Red vs. Blue. Shiela, the AI for the tank. So quite a throwback here. But that's it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the Scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You can also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you can find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.